Returning to some familiar ground, one of the last things to say about the lost years of Jesus when he was between 12 and 18, when the Gospels, the Synoptic Gospels and the Gospel of John, don't give any evidence of what Jesus did. We go to a place called Nag Hammadi in Egypt, out in the desert, on the Nile actually, 1945, and some codexes, which are old books with pages of vellum, which are thousands of years old, are found, and in one of the documents is called the Gospel of Didymus Judas Thomas, or the disciple Thomas. And it's been dated anywhere from 100 years to 250 years after the death of Jesus. Probably not written by Thomas, but it was well preserved, and it's a gospel that many people feel should be included with the synoptics, with the book of John, Gospel of John, as the fifth gospel. Now, it gives some accounts of Jesus as a child. And one of them is that as a youngster, he's making clay pigeons, and he's making a whole flock of them. And it's Saturday, it's Shabbat, and it's pointed out by friends that Jesus shouldn't be doing this. That this is the same as doing work on the Sabbath, which is forbidden. And when he's confronted, Jesus claps his hands and the pigeons animate and fly away. And, it's a cute little story, but this account is also included in the Quran. So, and the Quran was about 1,300 years before the discovery of the Gospel of Thomas. But Jesus, while he seems like a nice little kid and he turned some clay into real birds, it also talks about when he a child who is very critical of him and curses him, and Jesus turns and curses the child with death and causes the child to wither into a corpse immediately. And then there's another excerpt where a child bumps into Jesus, or Jesus feels like he's being bullied. He even maybe punches Jesus, throws a stone at him, and Jesus strikes him dead. Says, "No, watch this." So Jesus is out of control in the Gospel of Thomas as a young boy with his powers, which, is expected. All of a sudden you find you have the power of life and death. Sometimes that's going to be misused. Joseph and Mary's neighbors complain bitterly about Jesus, and then they are miraculously struck blind, which everybody knows what happened. But, Jesus heals his brother who's bitten by a snake, and he raises up, in the Gospel of Thomas, two others that have been killed. The miracles seem quite random, but finally Jesus is put on the right path, and the two children he killed are resurrected, and even the teacher who admonished him once in class and was struck blind and mute, everybody receives their sight and their ability to speak back, and then that's it. So Jesus, and on top of that, a neighbor chops off his foot accidentally with an axe, and Jesus reattaches it. So, if you're keeping score, it's probably, a tie. But the Gospel of Thomas is interesting. It's very interesting when it talks about the times when Jesus maybe was a little out of control and, had to be reined in.